Okay, getting going here. We're gonna cut the first piece for the bumper out of 1/2 inch angle. This one is 4 by 8 on the legs, 1/2 inch thick. This will be the main mount for the winch. I like to use 1/2 inch for the winch, just because you need it. You're putting a lot of stress, and you want to make sure that it's well tied into the frame rails. There's nothing worse than watching a winch tear loose from a truck. Gonna use the Eastwood VersaCut 60 plasma cutter, and let's get going. I have switched into my safety glasses. Yeah, I know I look like a dork, but you only get one set of eyes. And honestly, this is only about the 5th time I've used this plasma cutter, so we'll see how well I do. Polarized safety glasses over the regular safety glasses. Part of the mounting and for the winch. Next step in our little process is to clean up the piece before we go ahead and start marking out for our holes. This is so thick, and I was a little underpowered, I think. That thing's supposed to sever 7/8 of an inch, but it made a fairly decent cut. Part of that might be operator error. In fact, I'm sure it is. But usually this just flakes off pretty easily with the hammer. Probably should have gotten it while it was warm, but I missed. Had to do a couple of things. Grinders. I love these things. I love them so much that right now I've got 5 4.5-inch grinders. I like setting them up each with a different disc. This one's got a metal grinding disc on it. I've got one with a flap wheel, one with a cutoff wheel, one with a wire brush, and the 5th one right now has a grinding wheel on it. I'll probably switch that out for something else. That's an older one and the bearings are a little bit shot. I hate extension cords with a passion. I've got them, I use them, but they always seem to be in the way. Here above the workbench, I've got a power strip that I use. Seems to work pretty good. When I'm working right here at the bench. If I have to go further, then I switch to a cord. Like I said, not something I like to do. So, gonna get noisy. Probably okay. It's not too hot. I'm going to move the camera here and show you where this is going to fit on the truck and mark out the first 2 holes, and we'll get those drilled, and then we'll mark out for the winch base and get those holes drilled. So first step, make sure it fits where you want it to fit. That's right where it needs to go. Forgot to grab a pen. Today I'm using this Markall Silver Streak. These leave a nice mark on the steel. It doesn't burn away. Easy to see. Once again, right here, close enough is good enough. Check our marks. They look good. Gonna hit this on the drill press after I lay out for the winch. Okay, I'm gonna darken up our marks here just to make sure that they don't go away while we're moving this thing around. And let's see. Need to support this a little bit. All right. I'm going to take some quick measurements here. Okay. We've got oblong slots here. Probably the best way to cut these out would be to pierce them with the plasma cutter, but I prefer a little better hole. So I'm going to have to think about the best way to do that. We're going to get these holes drilled and give a temporary mount onto the truck so we can set the winch in place and see where we want the holes for that. Just to make sure everything's going to fit in where we want it. Okay, continuing on, we're going to center punch our holes. I decided that I'm not going to cut the slots. I'm just going to drill dead center. I'll use the slots on the frame horns to adjust it left and right. I measured in and made a mark equal on both sides, so it's going to be square to the truck. Now I'm just going to center punch this. Just a light tap at first to make sure I got it where I want it, and I do, and I can feel the check it again. There's our mark. There we go. Yep. Now, if this was a critical location, I would have cleaned the rust off, used a blue Sharpie or some bluing and scribed in the locations, but it's a bumper. It's not critical. Just need to get moving and get it, move forward and get it done. Next, we're going to set up the drill press. Okay, we're going to get set up to drill this. First thing is we need it level. Got a couple of little machinist jacks here. Got this table level. Grab my level and we'll make sure it's square. One. Okay. Okay, let's get this hole drilled. it.